the best way to sum up Elon Musk is, you know when you go to karaoke and somebody gets up there with like a very bold song choice, and the second the music starts and you hear them like, just a small town, you're like, oh no. And what happened is, that person spent the whole day imagining how they were going to perform, but they never actually performed out loud, and they definitely didn't perform in front of people. If you're a performer, you know, the most terrifying stage you'll ever be on is when a close personal friend is like, oh, are you working out a new bit? Well, you could work it out in front of me. And you look into their beautiful loving face, and you feel total and complete fear, because it's so much more intimate than being on stage in front of a bunch of strangers. Here's this person who loves you, and they're going to be honest with you.
Hey guys, welcome back again to the channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So in today's video, MAGAs are not happy with a follow MAGA. This is going to be a very interesting topic and you guys are going to love it, right? MAGAs are not happy with somebody who is actually talking about bringing in foreign workers, okay, to come work in STEM, all right, in the US. So the MAGAs, you all know that they don't want to hear anything foreign workers, okay, because you already know that TP is anti-immigrants, okay. So right now, this person is suggesting. Anyway, let's go watch these videos, then we'll come back. Let's go hear what other creators have to say, then we'll come back and talk about it, okay?
So this is an issue that's causing a lot of problems in America right now, and it's the comments made by both Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. And these people are basically unelected people in Donald Trump government. Basically, they're his advisors, and they came out last week saying that the United States needs an immigration policy that allows skilled high scientific workers and stuff like that into the country. And it came off across as like saying that Americans are stupid, basically, and that you need smart people from foreign countries, basically, to come and run things for you. And I think that's not what they're trying to say. I think what they're trying to say, basically, is there's a shortage of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics people in the United States. They are not skilled enough to run NASA, for example, or SpaceX, or wherever. And so you need to recruit people, immigrants, using a visa program, the H-1B visa program. And that's what Elon Musk is saying. And it just came across as like really upsetting to people that, you know, Americans aren't good enough for these things. But it's like, I read today that the United States is 28th out of 37 countries in math. I'll look it up here. So you can see that for yourself. 28th out of 37. That means you don't have enough people who are in STEM, basically. You can't be a computer scientist. Like, I've studied computer science. You can't be a computer scientist if you don't know linear algebra. If you don't know calculus. You need to know math. And, you know, you can't be an engineer without those classes. You can't work in the space industry as like an engineer or something like that. You can't do certain things without mathematics or without science, you know. So it doesn't matter how many innovative people you have in America if you aren't, you know, generating enough of this certain type of person. You need to bring them from outside to your country so that you can fill those jobs, or else you're going to be behind every other country, right? So I think that's what he's trying to just say. Not that Americans are stupid or anything, but that the education system hasn't evolved compared to countries like India and China, who are like, you know, outpacing the United States in technology, right? Jobs. So that's why they're saying, you know, immigration's important. But they're kind of like butting heads with a lot of like Republicans and MAGA people who are wanting the government to like crack down on immigration right now. So yeah, like I said, I don't think that they're actually trying to say that Americans are stupid. I think they're just trying to say that there is a shortage in STEM related people who are scientists or researchers or mathematicians and computer scientists and stuff like that in the United States. And so you must bring immigrants in to fill those jobs, or else, you know, you're not going to have another space program, or you're not going to have people creating new cars for Tesla and stuff like that without those people. What do you think about this situation?
If anyone was confused about why Elon Musk and Donald Trump suddenly hate each other and you need like a rundown of the split between MAGA and the tech bros, look no further. I'm here with a recap. So what had happened was Elon and Vivek, who, by the way, Vivek is also a guy, apparently. I am still intentionally unclear. I refuse to learn who he is or why he's involved in this situation. But Elon and Vivek the other day were like, the reason that we need to let more immigrants have work authorization in this country is because Americans are just too stupid to work in tech, and we need to get the immigrants to work in tech for us, which, by the way, roughly translates to Americans know about their rights and it's harder to exploit them than it is to exploit other people sometimes. So they said that, and then MAGA was like, hold on, rewind, record scratch, isn't our whole thing hating brown people? And so then MAGA is now really upset that Elon never got the hating brown people memo. And so now there is a war. There is like World War IV happening on Twitter, because World War III is the hydrogen war is happening in my comments right now. But World War IV is happening over on Twitter and has culminated in Elon deleting the account of Laura Loomer, who is the person that everybody previously thought was pregnant with Trump's baby, because the state of sex ed in this country is so abysmal that people don't realize that you can't catch pregnancy orally. And so basically MAGA and Elon are in a race to see who can dissent each other faster, and Mr. King of Free Speech is over on Twitter deleting the accounts of people who disagree with him, which are the people that he was backing politically and with billions of dollars like mere weeks ago. And that's what you missed this week on Glee.
Controversies brewing with Vivek Ramaswamy, Elon Musk in the context of H-1B visas just dropped. Wow, so this situation is concerning for me personally, and I think for many of us should be. They're talking about as much as a 2x increase in bringing in foreign workers to fill U.S. jobs, coveted U.S. jobs in tech, within the realm of engineering, which includes software engineering, etc., many subcategories within engineering, which is quite broad. This trend concerns me. I would just say that from my personal experience as a U.S. veteran who worked very hard to finish my bachelor's degree, went on to complete my computer science master's, was able to just barely finish with a top GPA, 3.97, and yet it was so hard to land a position, which fortunately a while back I was able to land. And the reason it was so hard, there's so much competition from international applicants that inundate the application process. And even once hired on the team that I'm on currently, it certainly appears that approximately 80% of those I work with are here on an H-1B visa, certainly not U.S. citizens, still ramping up to learn U.S. culture, to, kind of struggling to collaborate effectively across teams within different U.S. structure than what they're used to in their home countries. And all of this makes it not only harder to get these jobs in the first place for U.S. citizens, but once you have them, such as in my situation, to obtain promotions even for lateral moves. And how is this fair? And if we as U.S. citizens apply to these jobs internationally, do we even have a chance to get hired? I would say pretty much close to zero. So looking at a 2x increase makes it that much harder for those that were born here, that work here, that went to school here, to obtain a job within their own country and end up taking subordinate roles that instead go to international workers that come in. I don't see the competitive edge in terms of skill set. Those I work with are skilled. I value the skill sets of foreign workers and the talent and the commitment, the work ethic. I absolutely do. I've got those things too. Many U.S. citizens have those things too. I would say a heck of a lot do. And a heck of a lot that do can't find work. So I think we have a heck of a lot more work to do internally within our country to fill roles with people that are just as qualified domestically before bringing in a big influx of international workers. That's my opinion. What do you think?
All right, easy on the President Musk stuff, y'all. He's not the president. I am. Me. Donald J. Trump, not Elon Musk. I just like smartness. That's why I refuse to accept climate change as a thing, and I have no idea how tariffs work. And Elon, smart. Some people are like, oh, President Trump has ceded the presidency to Elon Musk. Like, come on. No. I think I'm starting to not like the presidency. But no, he's not gonna be president. That I know for sure, y'all. Okay, so you can, wasn't he like not even born here? So he can't even do it anyway. You guys need to get your facts right. Too bad, so sad. Am I right? No, but he's great. Annoyed? No. I'm not annoyed. Y'all can call him president if you want. It's just like, he's not. So why don't we go back rewind, go back to calling me president, because that's me. That's who I am. I'm president. All right, I'm glad we got this all figured out. Okay.
There's been major uproar and debate on X over whether we should be opening doors for skilled immigrant workers in the US. It all started after journalist Lauren Loomer blasted Trump's newly appointed senior policy advisor on AI, Sriram Krishnan, over his tweet asking Elon Musk to analyze removing green card caps for skilled immigrants. So Loomer and others claim that removing green card caps would take jobs away from American workers. But I think the fact that her conversation has led to this just highlights her and others' insecurities of Americans not being able to compete at the level of the best talent around the world. Because if Americans were the most qualified for the job, then there wouldn't be this concern of a skilled immigrant being picked over them. And at the end of the day, don't we want the best talent in America? Or would we rather have these skilled immigrants going and contributing their talents to, say, China? I think opening doors for the best talent around the world is a no-brainer. And if it so happens that an American is not at the level of a skilled immigrant, then it'll only raise the bar for us. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'd love to hear all sides.
This is very funny, really. It's really funny that MAGA can really have an issue between themselves. This is just to tell you that we are yet to see a lot of things unfold, right? For these people to be talking about bringing in immigrants, which is something that MAGA does not want to hear. Most of them voted for Donald Trump because he is anti-immigrant, right? And right now, this MAGA, Elon is already talking about bringing in immigrants, okay, to come work, okay, foreign workers from abroad to come work at the in the US, and this thing is one thing that MAGA does not want to hear at all. Like, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to even bring up the topic of bringing immigrants in. And most of them are already saying, oh, our jobs are going to be taken away. This is something we know. If you listen to the other man in that video, he was saying, I can do this work. This is what I can do, and all of that. And sometimes when you give them this job, they cannot do it. Like, they can literally not do it. Some of them can actually do it, but the time to do this job to the end and give it their all, commit to it, is the problem. But immigrants, they're committed to working on a job because they know what they came for. They came for the money, they came for the USD. That is what they came for. But some of these MAGA people won't just take jobs and be responsible for once, be accountable to something. Now they are fighting themselves. That is one of the things you need to know that will keep happening in recent times. Really is going to keep happening. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. This is funny, and yeah, it's also an exciting news somehow because it has to do with MAGA. Anyway, guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye, guys.